Hi again, everybody. Okay, I've had a couple people ask me what all was the effect around my place of this localized storm that we had. And what's amazing to me is how many of the trees around here are rather hollow. And so this pin oak here fell down during the storm. Apparently it's still got enough bark on it that it hasn't gone completely dead. But I'm just going to kind of make a real quick video of the local area where the most of the damage is. You know, just a lot of it's not so big, but some places it's a little more. Now, theoretically, we did not have a tornado right here, although there were as many as 5 tornadoes along the storm track between Fayetteville and all the way over past Mountain Home and up into Peel and Bull Shoals. Now, I mean, it's not like trees don't fall down here on a regular basis, but how many trees fell down at once is more the issue. So, we'll just do a real quick survey of some of what happened. We had to wait roughly just shy of 3 whole days for them to get the power on, because the very organic nature of the power system in our area makes it pretty difficult to find all the trees that are down. Word is that over near Bull Shoals there was 5 main high tension power lines tore out at the same place at the same time by a single tornado. Just flew right down tracked itself right down the power pole lines and tore out 5 of them, and they're usually quite a ways apart. I don't know if there's any map coverage or photos of that yet. In probably a couple weeks somebody will be able to find out. And here, I've been meaning to top this tree for a while because it is rotten. Here, I've kind of cut some of this back so I can get through here, and I'll eventually cut all this up and carry it away. The leaf part, unless I lose it all to the ground, will end up going to the babies. And so yeah, it kind of broke a part of the tree off. And these things, mimosas, are really fairly fickle trees anyhow. So I'm not real surprised, because they die pretty easy. There was some walnut branches over there by that tree that fell off. I'm going to see if I can get a shot without going all the way over there of another branch that fell off. Have to just about get there. Okay. Now let's see if we can get that. Yeah, that branch there, sitting on top of my sickle bar mower that I bought I had to fix it up. But anyhow, it didn't do any damage, I'm sure. So that's about a 15-foot long piece. This piece here is about, I don't know, 20 to 25 feet long. Nothing real severe though. It's just branches. Now let's go down the road just a little ways and show you where the real damage was done. We hardly got scratched because being up behind this big box canyon wall here, if you will, this hillside, most of the wind was deflected from us. But we're going to go right around this structure right here, loop around. When we come on the other side, you'll get to see some more significant damage. We'll just hop here in Little Pony. I won't pause it so you'll see the, I'll probably edit out the gap. So this won't sit on there very well, I don't suppose. And it might also try to shut off if it feels like it's jiggling too much, because it's got a drop sensor in it. Alright. And also it's going to take me a moment to, the way I'm parked up here, as close as I am, I can't just cut the wheel and turn the, you know, I can't just back out the way you'd normally do it because I'm too close to the motorhome, and I'll drag the front of the truck against the bumper of it. So I have to pull over this way somewhat towards this truck, which I put water barrels. Let me show you that. I had to go to town and get some water barrels so we could water the animals when their power was off. Because being on a well rather than city water and not having a water tower, we did that. Fortunately, there was some real kind people at a local gas station that allowed us to fill up the tanks for free. Now, what I'm going to do now that I'm driving, I'm going to put this, it's got a hand strap, and I'm holding it kind of backwards of sorts, because usually you're supposed to curve your hand, cup your hand around it, but I want the camera to be outside the vehicle so I don't get interference with the vehicle in the middle of the image. And the image may jiggle. Let me make certain we're zoomed out. Okay, hopefully. And of course more storms are coming in. We've had a really stormy week this week, and little pop-up storms. That one supercell, oh, it was pretty punchy. This may or may not be a supercell, but as often as they happen nowadays, you're just going to have to redefine what's a supercell. Now this tree, I'm right in the glare, that tree died here not long ago, and it's lost some branches over time. You can see the county road maintenance people came along and pushed some of the branches off of there to make certain people could get through. After all, they are county road maintenance. Now as you come along here, we're going to see more and more downed trees. This one still apparently is attached somewhere because it hasn't wilted yet. And it was all the way across the road over there, but the thing is, it's a pretty decent sized chunk of tree. Maybe it's not attached, but it does look like it hasn't wilted much. And get along here, I don't know if it's obvious that this stuff's all been blown over a little bit. And right through here we've got a little bit of damage. That tree right there lost its crown, and that's part of it. Funny thing is, I can't really video back in the woods, but the crown broke into two separate pieces and blew both opposite directions. So yeah, we've got us a little bit of another storm front coming up. It might roll right over us. Hopefully it isn't too terribly savage. My neighbors there lost the tree, but I know they wouldn't want their land filmed, so I didn't aim at it. It wasn't a significant amount of damage. Okay, here was another bit of damage. Tree branches coming off. But nothing significant yet. Here in just a moment, we'll get to it. You'll see little bits here and there, nothing significant, nothing to, you know, write home about. Oh yeah, I realize that going fast, I'm getting a lot of wind. And probably it's hard to hear me because of the background noise. But we're about to come up on it. We'll go real slow down through here and then turn around and come back so you get both sides of the same picture. Change holds on that because I realized that the way I was sitting with it was flopping around somewhat. Yeah, still doesn't look real amazing. It looks pretty much like any other place. Alright, let's get through this worn out road here. Washed out. Okay, just coming over here, you'll start to see some broken treetops there. Still nothing super fantastic yet. And a few more. And a few more. And this tree right here got broke off. And a few more. Some on the other side of the road. And here. And there. Broken tops all up in there. It may not be real evident from this side. It might be more evident from the other side here when we flip back around. See them trees all laying down there? That whole, almost every tree along that creek bank was knocked down. Like 60 trees. See, here was one knocked down. There's some over there, not much, but some. Some torn wire. There's some fallen branches there. And there. It's like there was this major, sudden, small downburst that just came right through this valley here, just opposite of us. There's some down there. My neighbor mowed his hay during all this. Well, not during it, but with all that. Anyhow, so let me see if we can. Well, it doesn't want to focus, does it? Anyway, more big trees knocked down over there. This camera is not real good on the f-stop settings. And its autofocus is pretty rotten. But as we turn around, we'll be able to get a little better angle on it. So there's one there, fully uprooted. And the fence was attached to it, so now they've got to clean that up. There's not much more up through here, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn us around at the neighbor's driveway real quick here, and then we'll get a better shot of it coming back the other direction. Really pathetic traction. That's why I turned the wheel so tight so I get in, because if I was just nose straight down, I wouldn't be able to get in there very well, or get out of there. I mean, I got in there, gravity did that, but gravity wanted to keep me from getting back out. This thing's got a really light tail end, so it doesn't and I hope the wind isn't blowing the mic out, but my apologies if it is. I found it interesting that there's a rock right in the base of the root of that tree. It's pulled up a slab of rock with it. Again, there's lots and lots of trees down. There's one right there. Of course, that one was dead already. You expect dead trees to fall off. See, pile up some brush over there. There's a little bit of brush blowing around in that field, and some without tops over there are partially without tops. Basically, now again, the old dry withered stuff was down for a long time and bulldozed. This right here, you can see right there, was freshly blown down. That tree lot at the top there. And again, you look all along the creek bank, all through there. And that should be about 35 foot high, but it's almost ground level. And that's because that whole, almost every tree along that creek got flattened. Just the wind came racing up through there. And what it is, partly is the fact that it is a creek bank and they didn't have good soil under them. That was a walnut tree. They didn't have enough soil under them, some of them, and then some of them are hollow. And they just kind of fell over like a row of dominoes, best I can guess. But yeah, they're all whipped around in every possible angle. But from what I can tell, this is not an actual tornado. Just a downburst. So, there's more. Yeah, there was quite a few trees taken out. Ripped out, they were ripped out of the ground. Cedars have very shallow root systems, so they are really prone to being uprooted. Oaks, on the other hand, usually have a deep tap root. Usually. It does depend on a lot of things. Cedars like to grow on flat rocks. Oaks, not so much. And right in this little area there are almost no pines at all. There are very few pines, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to bring this in here now because no reason to just have it out there being blasted in the wind. Pretty much that's the bulk of it. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here because there's really, not much more to see of it.